will be eliminated if he doesn't win tonight. His leg difference is horrific. Minus 20.
82.
Gary Anderson just struggling
55.
after that first start. I preferred him to go down to those 19s. He's having to move to the right to try and pitch it over the first dart. Newton won that first leg.
100.
And the worst thing, Rod, is when you really, win a leg against the throw, don't give the next leg away easily.
105.
Well, he's going to get first poke at a finish here, Wes Newton, but it's a long-range effort with Anderson sitting on 76, which is what he missed in the first leg. Treble 17. Just beneath. Good try, but not enough.
97. Gary requires 76.
Well, this is the score Anderson wanted in the first leg, and he's going to get the same dart at double top. He was low on the first leg. This time, straight in the middle from Gary Anderson, and gets his throw back straight away. And Rod, that's where Wes Newton, you've got to fire in a 12-13 dart leg with the throw. You really have to oppose your game on your opponent.
Well, Anderson was very unlikely to be low again
80.
on double top. He was always going to make sure it was up there. Big crowd.
26.
10,000 crowd here at the O2 in Dublin, singing the Scotsman's name.
140.
Well, Wes Newton come on to crazy nights, and it's certainly going to be a crazy night here in Dublin. Some great matchups this evening. And Wes Newton,
59.
6 darts without a treble, making it very easy, certainly in this leg for Anderson.
Yeah, repeat of the World Championship
59.
final tonight between Michael van Gerwen and Peter Wright. Chance for Wright to right the wrongs of that big night at the Alexandra Palace. Top 2 in the table, Van Gerwen and Wright.
45.
Newton's gone completely off the boil. Not even tepid tungsten at the moment from the Fleetwood flinger.
Makes it look so very, very easy, Gary Anderson. That third dart was so easily thrown.
59.
It kind of bores you, he makes it so easy.
42.
Oh, double 16 then. Double 8. No bother.
Charge in the third leg.
The Tartan Terror as he goes into a 2-1 lead. Well, Gary Anderson started the year, Rod, at 18th in the world rankings, but has been in such good form on the Pro Tour. He's already risen up to 13th. His next target will be the top 10. Remember, he was ranked in the top 4 not so long ago, but he's on the up again, Gary Anderson.
94.
Been playing exceptionally well. 3 tour events and a Euro event win already this year. Only Michael van Gerwen has won more events in the last 12 months, I believe. So, and he's got that. We talk about the scoring power of these prolific players like him, Chisnell, Lewis, and van Gerwen. As Anderson just on the top. And when you've got the scoring power back, you're buying yourself more chances at those doubles, and that's where the difference is with the Anderson game.
60.
Well, Wesley Newton's got problems, and they're underlined by the figures. 17 points, 16 points between them in the averages.
85.
You cannot average anywhere in the 70s or 80s and hope to compete at this level. You will be annihilated. So Wes has got to up it and find something from somewhere.
60.
Well, the last thing he needed there was a visit without the treble, because he's given this leg to Gary Anderson. Another one of those.
100.
Well, when Anderson returns, he should have a dart at the double top. He hits that bullseye. That's 2 darts to double 16, and all Newton can do is hit the big treble. And again,
59.
a visit without a treble.
Gary, you require 82.
That's the middle. That leaves double 16, and that is a brilliant leg of darts from Gary Anderson. He's taken out 501 in 14 darts, and Anderson now has roared into a 3-1 lead off the back of 3 straight leg wins.
Game on.
Well, sometimes you can get away without hitting the treble with one visit, but at the moment Wes is having 2 and even 3 visits without a treble, and you're not going to get any sympathy from the other players in the Premier League. You will end up losing.
44.
Last year, Wes Newton beaten Gary Anderson 7-5 in Glasgow. They only met once in the Premier League last year because they finished bottom and bottom but one. Anderson was stone last and Newton was 9th. That's the position he's in now. Look, Wes Newton. And he plays Whitlock later tonight. And Anderson, if he wins, obviously goes up to 8 and he'll be right in the mix of the playoffs as Newton hits his second maximum. How tight it is in the middle, Rod. If Anderson loses, in relegation trouble. If he wins, he's a playoff contender.
Well, Anderson follows the Newton maximum. That's 4 in this match already, and we're only in the 5th leg. Yes, Rod, you're right. It just shows you how close the form is from the bottom to the top.
16 leaves tops. Oh, well, he'll only get a couple of darts at double when he comes back. If he comes back. Newton has had a 149 in the tournament before this. One of the treble scene 17 to leave the double 16.
85. Gary requires 49.
Well, as silly as it sounds, this may have been good for Gary Anderson. Got the rhythm on the first dart. Double 10. Oh, he's let Newton off. Now, this is where Newton has got to take his chances. He's in the bottom because he has not been taking them out. He's going to get 2 darts at double top. That's a long way off.
That isn't. And Wes Newton breaks the Anderson throw, stops the run. The tungsten tide may have turned because Newton now throwing with these darts to level it up at 3-3. Could be a big turning point. A couple of missed darts at double by Anderson.
59.
It's not the visit that Wes Newton wanted. He's opened the door for Gary Anderson to come in here with a 140. And he's got the throw straight back.
100.
The ton has not overhurt him, but Wes cannot have another visit without a trouble. He's got to start hitting 140s or the 134s.
134.
That is a 134 against Anderson, the former Premier League champion. 2011.
130
3 years ago now. Same year he was runner-up in the World Championship final. Adrian Lewis. Lewis tonight next on stage against Dave Chisnall.
Yes, and that could be a great game. Could be lots of 180s in that Lewis Chisnall game as Anderson fires in the 5th maximum of the match. That's number 3 for Anderson. And really has set it up pretty good.
Possible 11 dart leg. The Flying Scotsman.
87.
20 leaves bull. The bull!
49.
Well,
Where's your require 130?
wild.
Well, a chance here for Newton. And he's got to take them. And he isn't going to. So Anderson comes back. Will he go for that double 19 or the 6 double 16? He's going straight for the double 19. That's a long way off. 1 dart left in his hand. 1 dart, that's all he needs. Takes a 2-leg lead over Wes Newton.
7th leg
Last dart in hand. Always a body blow. They are lapping it up. Lapping it up by the Liffey. Here in Dublin. Huge crowd. Having a huge night at the Arras. Great to see, Rodney.
121.
Yeah, these arenas are incredible. Give a brilliant atmosphere coming onto the stage.
99.
You stand up there, you can feel, you know, the sound waves kind of push your shirt up against your chest when we go on air. Absolutely superb. Of course, these players need the atmosphere to play at the top. They need the adrenaline running rich.
Judgment night next week in Cardiff.
60.
Anderson up by 2. 3 legs away from victory. Newton
100.
cannot really afford to lose This is 7th game. He's got a couple more to play after this. One against Whitlock tonight.
100.
His final game is against Chisnall in Cardiff. Now the 140. Not going to happen. Just looking for the level ton now.
Well, this should go up near double top. That's what it does. And this would be a breaker throw for Newton. The game certainly is not over for Wes Newton. Just take this out nice and cleanly, and then on your throw, look at a 12. No more than 15, but he's got to clear this leg up first, and that he does. A breaker throw back for Wes Newton.
Well, last year he finished with just 5 points, Wes Newton. He's already got 5 this year, so he's not going to do any worse. He is improving, but he's finding it hard to hold pro and finding it hard to keep his head above water.
I think that's the 3rd leg on the trot on his throw. The first dart has been so low, he can't get the range 7 to switch. But Anderson's let him off. Now this is where you've got to fire in a maximum 140. Start putting some pressure on Gary Anderson.
Well, that's what you wanted. You asked for, Rodney. A maximum or a 140. Big leg this. You can get it back to levels your Devils at 4 all. All things are possible for Wes Newton. If he goes 5-3 behind, it's a big ask. Especially with Anderson coming out to throw in the 9th. Super darts.
134. Yeah, far better leg on the throw of Newton, and Gary Anderson going for that 132 to leave the 170.
He had the 170 back in week 4, Anderson, against Chisnall. He repeats the feat. He'll be 5-3 up.
99, Gary Ringwald, 134.
Well, Anderson knows that Newton may only have 1 dart at double top, so he mustn't mess up here. And he hasn't. He set it up perfectly, put the pressure on Wes Newton. This is a massive shot here for Newton. 20. Now the double 16 ops away from the double top. Can't hit the double 16 either.
Was that his last chance in this leg, or is Anderson going to hand him a lifeline? He is not. He's going to kick the life raft away and put clear water between himself and Wes Newton. Another big moment. Had 1 dart at double 16, Newton. Couldn't nail it. 7 legs out of the 8th played have gone against the pro.
Well, that leg's the best leg that Newton's had on his throw for scoring. Giving himself 3 clear darts
100
and failing to take it out. As we've said so many times, you know, in this company, you're not going to get second chances very often.
60.
But now the pressure is on Wes Newton. And like you said earlier on, that, you know, the last 2 weeks he's scored well, he's had great averages, but he's just not taken advantage of that scoring and when he's getting chances at the double.
He's got to win 3 legs out of 4 to get a point here, Wes Newton. He's got to win all 4 to get the win.
I think when you look at the stats of Wes Newton, I think the 140s where he's not done the job. Only 3 to Gary Anderson's 8. That really is where you need to hammer that treble 20. He has to stay there. The 140. Yeah, that's brilliant darts from Wes Newton.
Gary Ringwald, 96.
Can Anderson take this out? Can still do it. Treble 17 leaves the top of the shop. Tops for at least a point. Anderson, with the improvisation on the combination, has secured at least a share of the spoils.
And that would have hurt Wes Newton, especially when he's sitting on a double and Gary Anderson's first start goes in a wild 5. You're thinking, right, now I can get a draw minimum out of this game from here. And then Anderson takes the shot out. A big punch in the stomach for Wes Newton with the double top.
Only the second leg won by the player throwing first. Well, Anderson this is not the important leg for
80.
Gary Anderson. Okay, great if he could break throw and win 7-3, but he knows the most important one, Rod, is the 11th. When he comes out throwing, he knows one more hold will do the job.
137.
That was a wild one from Gary Anderson,
78,
so a good
which
chance here
required
for Wes Newton to
132.
hold his throw. He didn't need to go that way. He wants the bullseye. Looks like he's going to go for it. Well, he went for the bullseye. He didn't
107.
have to. He could have gone 10 or 18 to leave 3 clear darts at a double. Anderson cannot go out, so Newton's going to waste 1 dart when he comes back.
31, which required 25.
Double 8 then for Newton to stay afloat in this match.
21.
And that might be
Gary, you require 72.
the sinking of the ship as far as the man from Fleetwood is concerned. Tops for Anderson for a crucial win. Gary
Shot.
Anderson sees
And
off Wes
Gary
Newton, who is
Anderson.
bang in trouble now at the bottom. Anderson is looking at a playoff place. He won't be relegated at the end of week 9. He's now safe, but Newton has got big problems before his second match against Simon Whitlock later on. It's a huge night of darts at the huge O2 Arena in Dublin, and it features Raymond van Barneveld against Phil Taylor, and they have plenty of history between them.